David, I think clearly you put some time into that great question, but I am not reflecting this week.
It was a different approach. I was trying to get into.
No, I'm just trying to avoid the question. Yeah, I mean it was a great game. Dak and I've have spoke about the particulars of the game time and time again, and I think even more so when you go through different situations, and there were situations in that game that came up, and now that we're in the same offense, he can see the the similarities and why we do what we do, and and really the history behind it. So, but we've talked about that game a number of times.
And just to follow up on that, he gave the point specifically about they came back, and then he was kind of like, oh well, Aaron Rodgers, just another lucky play. But now that he's been with you, he realizes just going through those situations. So he's talked a little bit about situational football, how it's not just this is the down and distance. This is everyone needing to know where you are in those situations.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think the NFL, clearly in the last couple of decades, it's so competitive. You just look at the statistics, year in and year out, how many games come down to the last series, down to the last play. So I think like anything, and I think it's probably consistent throughout the league, but I know that we clearly spend probably 25 to 30% more time at the end of the game in situations than I did, in the earlier years, and I've just seen that increase, and you find different ways to deliver those messages and teaching opportunities, and Ryan Feeder does a phenomenal job for us in the team meetings on Saturdays, and then we take it a step further with our Cowboys 6 and John Foss. So we spread that around, and it's because you're always teaching. Rehearsing those things. We spend time on it on Fridays and Saturdays as opposed to just Saturdays. So there's a lot of time that goes into that. And now that Dak sees, because it's a lot of it's carryover from Green Bay. So particularly in those late game situations.